With rolling hills and mighty rivers, heritage and culture, wildlife and nightlife, and at the heart of England, we can only be in one place: Worcestershire. Hello and welcome to Britain's Best Breaks. Today we're in the beautiful county of Worcestershire. I'm Amanda Prothero-Thomas, and over the next 15 minutes I'll be guiding you through the attractions of this beautiful part of the world. So sit back, relax and let us do the legwork for you as we show you how to get the best out of your break, starting here at Worcester Cathedral. This imposing and beautiful building is Worcester Cathedral. It's situated on the banks of the River Severn, and this Anglican cathedral's roots can be traced back to the 7th century. Originally founded in 680 AD, the current cathedral building dates back to 1084. Exploring the compact city centre on foot is so easy, and for one of the best views in Worcestershire, a climb to the top of the tower is a must. This beautiful cathedral is open 7 days a week and entry is free. Tours of the building are also available from May to October, and for more information log on to www.worcestercathedral.co.uk. The Severn is the longest river in Britain, providing mile upon mile of picturesque riverside walks. As well as plenty of river wildlife, you'll see pleasure boats, canoes and rowers take to the waters that were once as important to commerce as the M5 is today. Worcester's High Street is a great place for a spot of shopping. In keeping with the historical city, you'll find old-fashioned countryside clothes shops, traditional sweet shops and fantastic delis. For the more serious fashionistas, there are also great department stores in the centre. Everywhere you look, you will see culture and heritage, and as you discover Worcester, be sure to take a trip down Friar Street. The historic buildings are truly beautiful and transport you back in time. Another must-see is the Ranger Court Shopping Centre. Its quaint courtyard is the perfect place to have a rest. One of the things Worcestershire is most famous for is its porcelain. Here at the Museum of Worcester Porcelain, you'll learn all about the history of the collections and the extraordinary craftsmanship that goes into creating such ornate pieces. The museum is nestled among Victorian factory buildings in the heart of Worcester and is open to visitors 7 days a week. You can even have a go at painting your own plate, although it takes years of dedication to make one this good. A statue in his honour graces Worcester's High Street, but this cosy little cottage is the actual birthplace of the famous English composer Edward Elgar. Elgar, who was born on June 2nd, 1857, is considered to be one of England's greatest composers, and his music is heard and still used to this day all over the world. Did you ever look properly at an old £20 note? If you did, you'll have noticed an image of Elgar on the back. Worcester and history go hand in hand, and here at the Commandery in Sidbury you'll learn about 7 centuries of former inhabitants. A £1.5 million refurbishment of the Commandery means this hands-on interactive exhibition is great for children and adults. For admission costs and opening times, log on to www.worcestercitymuseums.org.uk. The Malverns in the heart of Worcestershire provide a majestic view across the surrounding Midlands countryside, just waiting to be discovered. Keen walkers may wish to tread the 9-mile hilltop path which runs along the spine of the Malverns. If the drama of the Malvern Hills isn't quite enough for you, then head along to the Malvern Theatre. As one of the country's leading regional arts centres, it's bound to stir the musician or thespian in you. There are regular performances held here. You might even catch a show before it transfers to the West End. So to check out what's on when you're in this neck of the woods, log on to www.malvern-theatres.co.uk. Set against the backdrop of the majestic Malvern Hills is Malvern Priory. Building work began on this site in 1085, just after the Battle of Hastings, but restoration and repair over the years have changed the building from its original form. If you're staying in the area, then you'll struggle to find a hotel with a better view than this. This is the Cottage in the Wood Hotel in the Malvern Hills, and with 30-mile panoramic views, you'll soon see why this gorgeous hotel is such a popular choice and has been voted one of the best Malvern hotels. The famous Malvern Showground lies here in the foothills and is home to some of the most talked about events in the heart of England. The Spring Gardening Show and Three Counties Show, to name just two, take place here annually. The showground celebrates all things rural and is a great day out. Tickets to all these events can be bought online, so simply log on to www.threecounties.co.uk. If you're a car enthusiast, then you can't miss a visit to the Morgan factory. The iconic Morgan sports car has been hand-built here for over 100 years. You can see the incredible craftsmanship that goes into every car on their factory tour, available from Monday to Friday. Another great accommodation option is the Foley Arms Hotel. This wonderful Georgian hotel has been a key feature of the spa town for nearly 200 years. The hotel has 28 lovely bedrooms, all with wonderful views across the Severn Plain. There's also a fantastic restaurant and bar on site, so you won't have to travel far for a great bite to eat. Upton-upon-Severn is another fantastic area to explore, with really interesting historical buildings like this, the Pepper Pot. This is the oldest surviving building in the town, and it's here in the Heritage Centre that you can learn all about the town's history. Exploring the town and surrounding countryside by foot is great, and there are plenty of footpaths to wander along. But for those with sea, or should I say river legs, why not hire a boat from Severn Leisure Cruises? They also run guided boat trips for up to 300 passengers up and down the Severn. There are many attractive areas in Worcestershire and plenty of beautiful and historic buildings there too. This is Pershore Abbey, about 10 miles from Worcester city centre. The history of this stunning abbey dates back to 681 AD and is well worth a visit. 6 miles from Pershore is the rural market town of Evesham, situated on the River Avon. Evesham is home to a rather unusual heritage centre. The centre is housed in a medieval almonry, where Benedictine monks used to distribute alms to the poor during the 850-year lifespan of Evesham Abbey. The centre gives a fascinating insight into monastic life and is well worth a trip. The Broadway Hotel in the heart of the town is quintessentially English and was originally used as a retreat for abbots some 600 years ago. These days it offers guests 19 ensuite bedrooms and locally sourced produce from the Vale of Evesham in the Courtyard restaurant. When you stay here, you're just minutes from Broadway's most famous attraction, its tower. At 312 metres above sea level, it is the second highest point in the Cotswold Ridge and a great example of typical 18th century folly. From the top of the tower, the views are simply breathtaking and so far-reaching that they encompass 13 different counties. Another great hotel that's full of Cotswold character is the Luggan Arms Hotel in Broadway. It may look traditional from the outside, but don't be fooled. The bedrooms are stylish and contemporary, the spa facilities are top-notch, and the food in the Goblet's Bistro is locally sourced, traditional English with a modern twist. 5 miles east of Tenbury Wells is the town of Whitley, and it's here you'll find the Italianate Baroque parish church. Adjacent to the church is Whitley Court, formerly one of the largest, most palatial mansions in Europe. It was destroyed by a fire in 1937 and fell into ruin thereafter. The court is now under the care of English Heritage, who have begun the long process of conservation. This is the beautiful canal town of Stourport-on-Severn. The 5 basins still remain largely intact, and the area has now completed a huge regeneration plan. The 5 basins are now home to 100 yachts and narrowboats and make a great place to visit. But if you're looking for a slightly wilder day out, why not visit one of England's most popular tourist attractions, West Midlands Safari and Leisure Park. This is the perfect day out for animal lovers. The huge wildlife park has every animal you can think of, and maybe some you've never even heard of. As well as the 4-mile self-drive safari, there's plenty of opportunity for you to go wild on the Discovery Trail and the amusement rides. Not far from Bewdley, there are 2 great arboretums. Arley Arboretum is one of the oldest in the country, and with nearly 300 species of trees, offers a kaleidoscope of colours. Set in 156 acres of woodland is Bodenham Arboretum near Kidderminster. The Arboretum boasts 2,700 trees and plenty of woodland life to go with it. Also in Kidderminster is the beautiful Harvington Hall. Built in the late 1580s, Harvington is a moated Elizabethan manor house which once belonged to Humphrey Packington. The manor has had a checkered past after being pillaged in 1644 by Roundhead troops. Today it's as beautiful as ever and serves as a reminder of days gone by. The Avon Museum in Bromsgrove gives a fascinating insight into 7 centuries of construction. The buildings at this open-air site have been rebuilt piece by piece to replicate their original form as part of the Worcestershire countryside, whilst the historic working life of the West Midlands is brought to life on reenactment days. Log on to www.avoncroft.org.uk. Bromsgrove's canals are integral to the area's heritage and industry, but these days serve as a great way to relax. Dreamcatcher Canal Cruises guide you along the scenic Worcester-Birmingham Canal on a traditional narrowboat and even provide catering. This is a harmonious way of seeing the famous canals of the Midlands. If you're a plant and flower enthusiast, then Webbs of Wychbold is the place for you, and with an on-site cafe and some great shops, you can make a real day of it. Here in Redditch you'll find Arrow Valley Country Park, 900 acres of unswiped parkland. Meandering through the park is the Arrow River. The Countryside Centre, which was built in 2000 and opened by David Bellamy, gives a fascinating insight into the surrounding area. History buffs will love the Forge Needle Museum here in Redditch. It tells the interesting and sometimes gruesome story of needle making in Victorian times. The listed building still has the water-powered machinery which it relied on over 100 years ago. Worcestershire certainly isn't short on stately homes, and Hanbury Hall near Droitwich Spa is no exception. This beautiful National Trust building dates back to the 18th century and has just under 400 acres of stunning grounds. The picturesque landscape gardens provide hours of walks, and the interior of the house is equally as breathtaking. For more information, log on to www.nationaltrust.org.uk. Not far from Hanbury Hall in Hanbury is the Ginny Ring Craft Centre. The centre is packed with activities including a craft gallery and floral gardens. There are also some fantastic shops on site selling the creations of local craftspeople, including a chocolate deli. We've been to the top of the Malvern Hills, explored stately homes, delved into the area's fascinating past, trodden the historic streets of Worcester, and discovered the famous waterways of this beautiful area. Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for here in the heart of England. We hope you've enjoyed our whistle-stop tour of this fantastic area and that we've inspired you to come here and explore it for yourself. Be free in the heart of England and log on to www.visitworcestershire.org. And don't forget, Britain's Best Breaks will be back with you very soon to help you make the most of your precious time off. Until the next time, from myself and the crew, goodbye.